Yo, what is up, everybody? We back with another video. This is a different type of video that you guys have not seen from me, but this is a mock draft. The draft is actually Thursday, I think 8:30. So this is my opinion on what I think is going to happen. I'm gonna try to do this in one take. So let's go ahead and get it. So we're gonna go ahead and start. First player on the clock, or first team on the clock, is Tennessee. And without a doubt, I think they're going Cam Ward. Very good player. The only downside I see from Cam Ward is he did quit on his team in the bowl game that they played. That's the only downside I see from him. Um, Second team is the Cleveland Browns. Without a doubt, I think they go Travis Hunter because they need a wide receiver and a corner. So without a doubt, I think Travis Hunter. By far the most impactful player I have ever watched in college, both ways. Not saying one way, because if you look at his stats, corner and receiver, they're average. But the fact that he did that for most or all of the season, playing both sides of the ball, is absolutely amazing. So for that, he has my utmost respect. But if you break it down by his cornerback numbers and his receiver number, pretty average. Nick Nash, in my opinion, was a better receiver this year. A little biased there, but it is what it is. The Giants, I think they go with the best player, in my opinion, in this draft, Abdul Carter. Absolutely amazing. I think he is going to be probably the best edge rusher in this draft class, if I had to guess. Next up, we have the New England Patriots. A lot of people's not going to like this pick. A lot of fan bases don't like picking offensive linemen, but I do think they go Will Campbell in this one. Um, if he needs to play guard, he can play guard. Um, but I think they need to help Drake May out and get some O-line help there. Now, the Jacksonville Jaguars, they can go a different number of ways. They can go receiver, as y'all see. They can go tight end. They can go D-line. They can go safety. Um, I do think the Jaguars go with Mason Graham. Interior defensive lineman. Dude was a beast at Michigan last year. So I do think they go Mason Graham. Now the Raiders, Aston Genty, probably one of the most electrifying players in college last year. And I ain't gonna lie, when the season first started, I thought Aston Genty was a product of his offensive line. He proved me wrong. I can't lie. Motek, I know you're watching. So we're just gonna leave it at that. Aston Genty's nice. I gotta give it to him. The Jets, they say they need a quarterback, but I think they got Justin Fields. They could use a wide receiver. They could use offensive line help. They could use a D tackle. But this could be an easy trade down spot, but I'm going to reach a little bit. I think they go Tyler Warren. Dude was a beast at Penn State this year. Um, he's an absolute dog. I want to say this is number 44. Yep, number 44. So, yeah, he's an absolute dog for Nittany Lions. And I think getting Justin Fields some more weapons, I think will help that team in the long run if they decide to stick with Justin Fields. The Panthers, one of our rivals, as y'all don't know, I am a Falcons fan. They could go a different number of ways. They can go edge, they can go receiver, they can go DB. And I think they go. And again, I'm doing this not looking at anything, just going based off my football knowledge. I think they go Terrio McMillan. Dude was a beast at Arizona. Did not get talked about a whole lot. Hate to see him go to a rival, but I do think he goes there. The Saints. The Saints have a lot of issues, man. It says they only need 3 positions, but they have no draft or they have no cap space at all. I don't think Spencer Rattler is the guy. So I'm going to reach here and I'm going to say they go Shedeur Sanders. I hate that he will be going to our most hated rival, the Saints. But if Shador falls to number 9, I don't see the Saints passing up on him. Because, like I said, Rattler, he's not the guy. Derek Carr, he's on his way out. I think Shador, if he's here, I think that makes the most sense. Chicago, they need a running back, a D line, or a safety. I think they continue on that offensive line, and I think they go Kevin Banks. To me, I think he's the best tackle in this draft. I know some other dudes was ranked above him. Amon Amembu, hopefully I said that right. He's ranked higher, but in my opinion, I think Kevin Banks is better, way better, in my opinion. Again, this is just my opinion, so if you don't like my picks, it's cool. Don't like my picks. The 49ers, they are hard. They are a hard team to draft for. They need a guard, a tackle, a D-line, and a corner. Kyle Shanahan, what would Kyle Shanahan do? I'm going to say they go get Jahdae Barron. They need a corner. I think they go get one from Texas. D-line, they have been drafting D-line a lot, so I think they'll be okay. And then plus, there's a lot of great D-linemen at the back end of this draft. I don't even see him. Did I pass him? Okay, you got James Pierce. He's projected to fall late first, maybe early second. Devon, he's good. Mike Green, they saying he's probably one of the best edge rushers, but he do have some off the field concerns. You got Shamar Stewart. Even though his production of sacks was not there, he tested really well. Mikael Williams, Landon Jackson's actually pretty good. And all of these other dudes. Jack Sawyer is a sleeper in this draft. I'm not going to lie. Whoever gets him, I feel like they get a steal. I'm not even going to lie. There's a Motet guy here. So, yeah. Cowboys. If Aston Gentry falls to 12, Cowboys without a doubt is taking Aston Gentry. I wholeheartedly believe that. But since he is not here in this draft, I think they're going to get the receiver, Matthew Golden from Texas. Dude had an amazing season last year. He was great in the playoffs. So I think it makes sense for them to go get him. The Miami Dolphins, I think they go Amon Membu. Do I think he's going to fall this far? I don't think so. He can easily go to the 49ers. I can see Chicago picking him maybe. He can go higher than this, but that's just where I think he's going. The Indianapolis Colts, I think we'll get 2 tight ends, and I think they go Colston Loveland. Again, another Michigan dude who's a beast. Played really, really well last year. And now on to my team, the Atlanta Falcons. Ooh-wee. I know a lot of people has us projected to take Mike Green. I don't want Mike Green. I want Mikael Williams. I know this is a bit of a reach. Well, hold on. I'll take that back. Let's go. I think they got him as a linebacker. If Jalon Walker is somehow available at 15, I think we draft Jalon Walker. Not going to lie, Jalon Walker or Mikael Williams, I would take any one of those. They are amazing. I'm not going to lie. Number 16, Arizona Cardinals. They need a D lineman. I think Walter Nolan may be the best interior lineman in this draft. And if the Cardinals can get him at number 16, I feel like that is an absolute steal. Number 17, the Cincinnati Bengals. I feel like they go Jahad Campbell if he's available. Great inside linebacker. Again, I'm a Georgia fan as well, so when we played Alabama, dude made some plays. Can't even lie. The Seattle Seahawks, they go... I feel like they go Mike Green here. I think they take a chance on him, in my opinion. Again, great player at the Senior Bowl and all that stuff. He dominated. But he do have some off-the-field concerns. Now we get to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this right here, I feel like they go Mikael Williams here. As bad as I hate to see him go to in-state, or not in-state, rival, I feel like that's where he goes. Um, let's see. The Broncos need a running back, receiver, center, or a D lineman. And now I'm not gonna lie, the centers in this draft are not very good unless you're taking somebody to move them. They don't have good centers in this draft. Um, Again, that's just my opinion. They do need a receiver. I think they go Luther Burgeon the third here. Dude, he was supposed to be a beast. He's very quiet, but I do think the Broncos get a steal with him if they can develop him. Put him with Bo Nix. I think the sky's the limit for them. Now, this is very interesting pick for the Steelers. If Shedeur Sanders falls to 21, I feel like the Steelers will take him. But being that he's not here, I think the best available player at this point in the draft is Malachi Starks. One of the best safeties I've watched since Honey Badger. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I do watch college football, but back when Honey Badger was playing LSU, I was watching a ton of it, and he was like a highlight every time, every week. Malachi Starks is his last year tape was not the best. His 2023 tape was probably the best. He probably would have been drafted higher if he came out last year, but he decided to stay. Not saying it hurt him. He's still a phenomenal player, but he did drop a little bit. Now we got the Chargers here. They need a D-line because they did lose Joey Bosa. They say they need a receiver. But I think they go D-line. I think they go Devon. I don't know how to pronounce the last name, but I do think they go Devon here, just to replace Joey Bosa. I'm not too familiar with his game. He is pretty good, though. I know. I've seen his numbers, but I have not seen his game. But they're at 22. The Packers, they need an edge, a corner, or a receiver. And I think it's without a doubt, if Will Johnson drops all the way to 23, you take Will Johnson, one of the best corners in this draft. So, yeah, the Vikings, if Will Johnson would have failed, I'm pretty sure they would have took Will Johnson there. But they need an interior lineman or a running back. Again, the only other running back I would consider drafting in the first round is Amarion Hampton. All these other dudes can go later on. I'm a fan of R.J. Harvey. DJ Giddens is good. Blue is pretty good. Trevor Etienne, he was banged up, but he's pretty good. Sampson's good. Cam Scatterbo, he reminds me of Peyton Hillis a lot. So wherever he's going to get banged up. I'm going to tell you that right now. So I think, what corners do we have left on this board? Siobhan Rivel, he's nice, but he did get hurt, so I think that drops his draft stock a little bit. Benjamin Norris, I'm gonna go Benjamin Morris. Dude was an absolute beast. For Notre Dame last year. The Texans, they going Emeka Ibuka. They lost Stephon Diggs. Why not go get a younger guy in Amuka? Really good receiver. Ohio State produces great receivers. So if he's available there, without a doubt, I think you take him. The Rams, if Josh Simpson falls to 26, without a doubt, you take Josh Simmons. In this position, again, that's a pretty good steal because he can easily go to any of these teams right here in this little top 20 right here. The Ravens, they need an edge, they need guard play, and they need a DB. Again, I'm not doing trades in this draft, but with who's on this board, I can see them easily dropping out. But with this one, I'm going to say they take Tyler Booker. Again, I'm a Georgia fan. I'm not too familiar with these other teams, but I mean, Alabama always has good old linemen. Not saying they produce in the NFL, but they do have good linemen. Now, the Lions, I think they take a chance on a guy who don't have production in college, and that person being Shamir Stewart. Again, I think he only has 4 sacks total in his whole college career, but the dude, like I said, physicals, he has the potential to be great. Washington Commanders is on the clock. They also need an edge. And I would say this is a pretty good place for James Pierce to fall. Um, so that would be pretty cool to see him on the Commanders. We have um, the Buffalo Bill. I don't know why I just drew a blank right there. They lost some. I think they lost 2 corners in free agency, if I'm not mistaken. They do need a linebacker, but to be honest with you, these linebackers, Danny Sutton, I love Danny, but if the Falcons can get him in the later rounds, that would be nice. Smile, Meldon, very good guy. Um, Again, these guys are going to fall. They're not going to get taken high. So, like, I feel like Buffalo will pass on a linebacker with, if Stutman and all these other guys still on the board, I feel like they pass. And I feel like they go either cornerback, which they could take Trey Amos. He's pretty good. Again, I don't think Revel's going to go in the first round just because of the injury concern. And then edge is the very most important position now these days. And I can see them taking Nick Scott in here. The Chiefs, it's always hard to draft for them. They can go a number of ways. They can go tackle. They can go edge or D lineman with Kenneth Grant here. But I do think they take a offensive tackle here. I do think. If you've seen them in that Super Bowl, they got destroyed. So I think it's going to be Gray, Zabel. They need bad help on that offensive line. So I do think that's who they will take. Now, Philadelphia Eagles on the board. Can go a number of ways here. As you see, they need a receiver, they need guard, they need edge, they need corner. I don't think they go corner in this position. Receiver, I don't think they go receiver, but Alec Anomator, I cannot pronounce the dude's name. He played for my team, if y'all watch my dynasty. But Alec, he's very good. Looking at some other guys, Trey Horton is pretty good. Tez Johnson is gonna fall. Isaiah Bond could be moved up. He is fast. Like I said, Nick Nash is there. Jimmy Horn is a sleeper. But they definitely don't go receiver. If y'all know the Eagles like I know them, they like to take offensive linemen and D linemen in the top draft or the top of their first round. And looking at this, there's no interior guy or D lineman guy. I mean, you do have Kenneth Grant here, but they don't need an interior. So I do think they go with some. I think they go because a lot of these guys are moving in. So I'm gonna just go with Josh Carnley Jr. And I think that's gonna round it out. Let's see my draft. Get all this off the screen. Okay, I gotta unlock that. But yeah, this is how my first round looks. So let's minimize this a little bit to get all of it on the screen. But y'all can screenshot this, do whatever you want to do. And y'all can keep the tally. Let me know. Come back to this video in the comments. And let me know how many picks was I right on. Was I completely wrong on everything? But like I said, the first round will be this Thursday. I think 8 or 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. But again, y'all let me know if y'all agree with this, if y'all don't agree with it, which I know I can't make everybody happy. There's going to be a fan base like, oh, I'm tired of drafting offensive linemen. Hey, I get it, man, but offensive linemen will definitely help your team in the long run. Um, but yeah, guys, again, this is my opinion. Don't flame me too much in the comments. This is what I think will happen. 3 Texas players go back to back to back. Did not know that when I did that. But yeah, guys, make sure y'all leave a like, subscribe. See y'all on the next one. Peace.